hearing that old coon dog bark like that, man, you talk about takes me back. Takes me back probably about 25 years. That was, I guess, the last time that I actually went coon hunting. And that just brings back some of the best memories I ever had, because I used to spend those times with my granddaddy out there all night long chasing these coons. And it just really seems like it's a lost art, or just a few die-hard coon hunters left out here in the country. And it's just something that really I had so much fun doing, but for who knows why, I just got away from it and just didn't coon hunt for a number of years. And when Randy Smith over in Mountain View, Missouri gave me a call and said, hey, I got some great coon dogs and I want you to go along with me and let's shoot a show on doing a coon hunt. Buddy, I'm gonna tell you something, he didn't have to ask me but once, and I was all for that. And so we met up with some guys over around Fulton, Missouri, and they had some good coon dogs as well. And we got out there, and man, I mean, it was just like old times for me, you know, just going out with my grandpa and treeing some coons. And I'll tell you what, it was pretty exciting.
Let these two a while, let them tree a few coons. We'll get the other two and let them tree a few coons. That's the plan.
Well, that sounds like they're ready.
You guys ready?
We're ready.
Ready to roll.
We're ready. Just let them do their thing.
You wasn't kidding about that brush, was you?
It looked kind of brushy. And you can tell the difference in their trailing and when they're
treed, yeah. He trails with both these dogs. Trail with the ball and chop a little bit, and then they'll roll up on a tree with a big old die and locate, and then it'll just be a real steady chop once they're treed.
You can tell they're fixing to tree. They're treed right now.
Now the bark's shortened up a bit quicker.
Turn it to a chop.
Okay, so their bark is when it's rope, that's a tree.
Yeah. Usually a dog will, it's common for a dog to have a ball mouth on the ground, which is a long drawn out bark, and then a significantly different sounding locating bark, and then shortened it up into just a ringing steady chop.
Well, that's definitely a short chop, so
Yep.
they are trees.
Yeah.
Cool.
Our best way in is right around the edge of the timber along the field.
They sound like they're in the edge.
Yeah, cool.
Good walk. That's what I'm all about.
We got us a cool tree.
Praise them. You gotta let them know that they did
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Praise them up, and then you take them far enough away where they won't go back to the tree.
I'm surprised they just ain't horse.
That's a good boy. He's a good boy.
Well, it didn't take them long to tree one.
He's a good boy.
Hopefully we can get 4 or 5 more.
Well, that'd be sweet.
No, he did a good job. He did a good job.
Well, I mean, it gets really exciting when you start hearing them dogs tree and you start coming at it. I mean, my gosh, that's
Not a feeling like it in the world.
that is just really neat. I mean, like I said, that just takes me back to years ago when I used to do it. And I mean, it's just really cool to watch them dogs just get with it. That's for sure. Well, hey, I'm spoiled now. You guys are going to have to get us on another one now.
I don't know, I've hunted with dogs since I was a little boy. Started out coyote hunting with hounds, and then rabbit hunting, and then it got where you couldn't do that much anymore, so I went to coon hunting. And as I got into it, there was just a ton of people did it. Around home, there's probably 30 guys that hunted with coon hides. It was really high. They did it more for the money than anything, but I like the dog work. I like watching listening to coon hounds, you know, run on the track, give that big old locate in this tree. This will be the first picture of me falling down a hill they'll have tonight. Pretty graceful for a big man.
You know, the big Randy there, he's probably been coon hunting ever since he was just small, which if you look at him, I don't know that ever was a time, but he is a big guy.
I travel all over the country doing this, making millions.
You are the Sasquatch.
I'm it, I'm telling you.
I'm ready. Yeah. Oh, I know what you're doing. Do it again there. That's the
one you always see in the Inquirer. Sasquatch spotted. Is it?
A little beef jerky on a stump and you can really have a commercial.
That's it.
Noticing him messing with Sasquatch's commercials, Sasquatch always gets even. Always.
But he really, you could just see the enthusiasm and the love that he has for this sport, and they take it serious. I mean, this isn't your run the old coon dogs and let's tree a coon and shoot him, skin him, and sell the hide. I mean, these guys really travel across the country and they do these tournaments, and it's really big stuff for these coon hunters. And even though there's not that many out there, like there used to be, like there is maybe bird hunters or whatever, these guys really take it serious, and they have a big time, and they have some really good dogs. There's no doubt about that. Is this an unusual night or a usual night? you know, as far as this many coons?
For
I mean,
us,
there's three trees. I mean, we saw one pretty good, and then the other two were kind of hard to see.
three in about 15 minutes.
But it depends on what part of the country. Down where we're from, it's a lot less crops. We have cattle, but no crops. There's a lot less coon up here because there's corn and soybeans, a lot more private land. Down home we have a lot of a national forest, but that's not conducive for coon like it is around cornfields and
Around
stuff.
here.
So when we bring dogs up here, there's coons every place.
So really, in southwest Missouri, down there where we all live,
Right.
most of us live here, and then you're saying there's more timber and less crops, and up here in northern Missouri, there's a lot of timber, but there's also a lot of crops.
Right.
So
And all those
that
crops
keeps your coon.
Right.
Because I mean, that's just more feed for them.
Right.
Is that it?
Right.
Yeah.
So there's just more habitat for the coons.
Yeah.
And more of a concentrated area those coons are in because the timber's smaller than the
Right.
big sections of timber that these guys are from.
Yeah, because you said this was a 1 mile section, or
Right.
1 mile square.
Yeah,
Or
but more
whatever.
than half of it's open crop field.
Yeah.
So you condense a squared section and just put the timber in the middle and a ditch going through it. Well, all the animals that live in there, coons especially, are in the trees.
Yeah.
Or down there, a mile square of timber, they can be a mile
Any
wide.
place in that mile.
It's hard to congregate them up.
I've got to, at some point, I'm going to have to blow that squaller there. No, not right now. I want to make it official. You know, when we're trying to get that coon to look, I want to.
Well, we'll let you do it.
I want.
We'll let you do it.
You can't be considered a coon hunter until you blow the
That's
squaller.
right. That's it. Or climb a tree.
Yeah, we'll get
I
you
hadn't
climb a
seen
tree.
that yet. Are we going
Well,
to be
season's
climbing the
not
tree?
in.
Yeah, we can't do that right now. It's a heck of a sight.
You take
to
your
see me go
shoes
up a tree.
off too, and
Dig them
you know, like
toenails right
Jerry
in.
Clower says, he took the shoes off, and
Dig them
old
toenails.
John, you know, he
That's
got them toenails dug into the bark of that tree and scurried up that tree.
That's it. That's it.
But it was one of them Mississippi wildcats that was up that tree.
It's harder for me because I got so much body hair. I always slip and slide. So
They'd mistake you as a old black bear.
yeah, that's right.
There is a shaggy bark hickory back there. I seen it.
I don't know why people would not think this is fun. I mean, this is exciting. It ain't just fun.
It's because they don't do it. You know we're not going to have it, boys, if we don't get the kids in it.
Big
We don't
youth
get the kids in it. We don't get the kids into it. So now it's starting, but even without the programs, if you enjoy coon hunting, then you should take kids and go here and then help them. Jim got a phone call today from a guy that a kid that his dog had treated its first squirrel.
Yeah.
Now he called all excited. It was just the biggest deal to him.
Yeah.
You know.
That was one of your dogs that you sold?
He got it from Randy.
Yeah. I mean, this is exciting. You know, you think getting out in the woods, spooky and all this. Man, you didn't even think about that. I mean, your adrenaline's going when them dogs are, when y'all say they're treeing, I mean, it really gets, that's when it gets exciting.
Best
right
sound
there.
you can hear.
Because
It
it's
is.
vocal. It's vocal. I mean,
Yeah.
you get to hear everything, and
Well, that and you can hunt and you don't have to be quiet. You don't have to worry
Right.
about scent and you don't have to
that's the
dress
thing with
proper
kids.
for it. You just go and stay warm and
You can do it with a flashlight. You don't have
Right.
to have the equipment we've got.
Yeah, I didn't have a night light till I come back from the army.
I'm anxious to see Randy get underneath this fence.
well, he might just
Watch
wait
it.
right there.
Watch it.
Watch it. It's that gaucho.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hey, you're just like the giant on WWE. You just
Ring ropes.
step over the ring ropes.
Right.
The one thing was that when you went coon hunting the first time, you either loved it or you hated it. You know, it's kind of like turkey hunting. You can hear the dogs, so you're connected with them the entire time. If you strike up a scratch call and the turkey answers, well, even if you don't see that bird, you got excitement. As soon as that dog strikes, you know that you're going to tree a coon or at least have a run or chase or something. So the passion's just in some people. Some people just automatically love it, and some people hate it, and I'm one of the ones that loves it. And
Right through that hole, right there. You know, something that I always thought was really funny is there, you know, you get this coon treed and everybody's, you know, looking up and all that, and then they get out these squalls, these coons. That's what you're hearing out there is this, you know, and what they're doing, they're trying to get those coons to look at them. And I mean, when the coon is treed, buddy, that's when the adrenaline gets to going. I mean, the dogs are just chewing the barks off the trees, and everybody's hooting and hollering, and they're squalling and they're shaking tree limbs to get that coon to move.
And we're treed now. Dogs are treed. Let's go in the tree and see if we can find the coon this time. See if we can find him sitting up on the outside.
Anybody I've ever taken coon hunting, we just have a blast. We get out there and cut up and fool around, and you know, we're in the woods, a place we love to be with the dogs. You know, we take two to four dogs every time we go usually. We'll be split treed all over the place, walking through the woods. Shoot, I'm not the most coordinated fella you ever seen. I fall down occasionally. We have a few laughs at that and go on, and it just, you know, once they get to hear the dogs, you know, that big beller ball on the trail and that big locating that 100+ chops a minute on a tree. You get in there and see the coon, and you know, in the wintertime you get to roll him out, and dogs get to have a little fun with him. It's a good time. Everybody likes it. I try to take some kids along. I've got some kids that handle some dogs for me, and they really like it. They're getting in the competition hunting a little bit now, but it's just a camaraderie thing, you know, just with the fellas. And it's a lot of fun. We travel around the country hunting, get to go to a lot of different places, hunt with a lot of different people. We make a lot of friends along the way. It's a real good thing. I kind of like to see it come back a little bit more around home.
You know, I guess the sport of coon hunting probably goes back as far as the frontier days or whatever, even back in the 1700s. This was something that not only did they hunt the raccoons and all for their hides to where they could sell them for profit, but they would eat the meat too. I know I've eaten coon. It's been a long time, and I've eaten it more than once, so it couldn't have been too bad. But this is just really it's just a lost tradition, and there's not a lot of people that are still doing it, and my hat's off to Randy and these guys that are keeping this alive, and I really thank them for bringing me out here and just reminding me of when I was a kid, when I used to go with my granddaddy, and if you've not ever done it, or you've done it as a kid and you just hadn't done it in a long time, you ought to get out there and try it again and just experience it one more time or for the first time, and you'll see that it's not about, you know, shooting the coons out of the trees or whatever. It's just listening to the dogs work and just watching how much passion that these coon hunters do have in this sport. And it's something that will really stick with you for a long time, and it'll be one of those hunts that you'll just treasure for a lifetime. It's something that is really, really fun.
Get up there, talk to him, man. Get on there. That's a picture and a half right there. Shoot 'em.